Hello, this is John Eric Smith, and this is week number 6 video blog. Our topic today is neoevolution. Neoevolution is this idea that we as humans can change our future by taking science, social changes, and what we do as humans to stay alive longer or beat diseases that were prevalent in the past. We can change the way that we are as a species. We could also change how we are in the future. So we could use science and technology to further advance who we are as humans. So wouldn't we all want to be faster, slimmer? We this idea of neoevolution, we could be more creative, we could be funnier, maybe. Who knows? There are so many different things where we can take this to. The primary tenets of this obviously are going to be scientists and sociologists, but I just think humans in general. We have always, as a species, tried to live longer, live healthier, figure things out to make our lives better in a sense that we think is better. The example of technology that I chose was the vaccination. Getting our children vaccinated before they go to kindergarten or before they are allowed to go to public schools. This technology has allowed for a much safer environment for children to grow up in where they wouldn't be exposed to things such as diseases like measles or chickenpox nowadays, or back in the day, it was the big thing was polio. You wouldn't contract these diseases that could kill an infant. So, this idea of neoevolution and using science to better our lives and make it so that we could uh, live a longer, healthier life is a good thing. For the most part, we want our children to be happy. We want our children to be safe. And if we can use vaccinations to do that, that's a great thing. And in the future, if we can find a way uh, to make birth an easier process, or in the lifespan of having a vaccine for cancer, so to speak, or Alzheimer's, then we could all live healthier, more productive lives than those people who contract these horrible, horrible diseases. One of the drawbacks to having a vaccine for everything and living longer, healthier lives is just our resources. If we help people live longer, healthier lives, which we've been able to do, and we can see in today's society that um, we don't have a lot of resources. Eventually we're going to run out of our resources, and if we don't find a way to produce more resources with the advancement of how many people are in society, then eventually one thing's going to have to give. One of the reasons why we think evolution is the way it is, or Darwin thought, survival of the fittest thought that it was that there was a reason to have something like polio, to have something like cancer. Could people? Some people think, well, that's a way of nature's way of selecting people, and unfortunately, they pass because we only have a limited number of resources. So that would be one of the drawbacks to what we are, and how far do we go? Do we use technology and science to build stronger people so that we can have stronger armies? Or is it simply just for sport to see how fast someone can run, or different things like that? So, from a more ethical standpoint, that's what we need to think about. We need to think about, why are we doing this? Are we doing this because we just want people to live healthier lives so that when they're in their 70s, 80s, and 90s, they're not dealing with things like cancer and Alzheimer's, and it's just for our benefit so that we don't have to deal with these horrible things that make it hard for people to live, and so that we could have conversations with our grandparents and our parents, and we don't have to worry about certain things like that. But ultimately, we're still going to have to deal with death. So there's this part of, are we trying to make the strongest, fastest person because from an from a standard that we want to have the strongest army, or what is it that we're really trying to do? So we really need to understand why scientists, why humans want to do this, because it could falter into a situation where we're trying to clone people because we like a certain thing, and then we lose the human factor of the individuality of who we are as people. Should we continue? I definitely think we should continue. I think there are some horrible diseases out there that if we could find a vaccine for, the human race would be beneficial to that. Cancer is a horrible thing. Alzheimer's is a hard thing for people to deal with. And obviously there's many more things that we can talk about that are horrible. And I think if people can live a happier life and not be concerned with so much stuff in the future, I think we would all be happier people. Thank you very much for listening to this video blog, and look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.